moments in the vast stillness of the universe, when something ancient awakens quietly, beautifully, without warning. Tonight's story begins with one such awakening. Welcome to Fall Asleep to Science. You're safe here, among soft light and gentle sound, as we drift together through the slow rhythm of discovery. Take a long breath and let your body grow heavy, your thoughts slow, your curiosity wide open. Like the sky itself, far from Earth, beyond the warm pulse of the inner planets, a wanderer from another star is moving through the deep. Its name is 3I divided by Atlas, a visitor, born in another corner of the galaxy, its surface carved by time and frost, its path stretching farther than memory can reach. When it first entered our solar system, it was silent, a fragment of ice and rock gliding through starlight, its presence small, its history unknowable. But lately, something extraordinary has begun to happen. Scientists watching from Earth noticed the faintest change. The wanderer began to brighten, its glow shimmering with soft green and blue tones. Its path shifted ever so slightly, not enough to alarm, but enough to intrigue. And then, beneath that fragile glow, the instruments caught something even stranger, a magnetic field, something stirring around the object, something alive. Take another slow breath and imagine that an interstellar traveler, cold for millions of years, suddenly surrounded by invisible energy, a magnetic shield, forming as it passed through waves of solar wind. No one expected it. No one was sure why, but the signature was clear. 3I divided by Atlas had changed. It is thought that when a comet-like body meets strong solar activity, it begins to shed gases and dust, forming clouds of plasma, electrically charged matter that behaves more like weather than solid rock. When sunlight strikes those particles, they ionize, and a tiny magnetic field can emerge. If the storm of radiation is strong enough, that field grows, wrapping around the body like an unseen cocoon. It is not a shield in the way science fiction imagines it, but it protects all the same, deflecting the charged particles that would otherwise tear it apart. Some scientists call it a miniature magnetosphere, a brief, glowing echo of the magnetic bubbles that surround planets like Earth and Jupiter. It lasts only as long as the storm, but for that moment, it gives the wanderer a strange kind of life. Now, as 3I divided by Atlas moves through the sun's most active region in decades, that magnetic shield has appeared again, stronger, wider, more luminous than before. Its particles spin and collide, creating soft ripples of electromagnetic breath that push against the solar wind itself. And somehow, this interaction is causing the traveler to accelerate, not because of a hidden engine, but because space, even in its silence, is filled with forces that can move the smallest of things. In the gentlest of ways, take a slow breath and imagine drifting beside it, the blackness infinite around you, the sun far away, its light a faint gold halo. The object ahead glows like a candle behind glass, wrapped in an invisible wind. You can almost feel the vibration, not sound, but pressure, like the low hum of energy touching everything it meets. It is believed that this acceleration is non-gravitational, meaning it does not come from the pull of a planet or a star. Instead, it may come from a dance between heat, gas, and magnetism, tiny forces that, when balanced perfectly, can nudge a body forward, as if the universe itself were breathing it along. Imagine a leaf on a quiet river, moved not by oars or hands, but by the current alone. That is how 3I divided by Atlas travels, guided by physics, cradled by the light of our Sunday. Scientists watching from observatories on Earth speak softly when they describe it. They know how rare it is for a magnetic field to appear around such a small, cold traveler. They have seen it only a few times before, once around a comet near Jupiter, and again around the ancient object 67P, visited years ago by a small spacecraft named Rosetta. There too, the sun's wind met frozen gas, and together they formed a brief, living shield of plasma. But this time, the field seems stronger, steadier, as if 3I divided by Atlas has learned to hold its shape against the storm. Take another deep breath and feel the mystery of that thought. An object from another star system, billions of years old, traveling alone through endless dark, and now, for the first time in memory, touching the magnetic breath of a new Sunday. It is not alive as we are, and yet it responds to warmth, to energy, to contact. In its own way, it listens. If you were close enough, you might see the faint halo of ionized gas, stretching behind it like a whisper, a tale made not of dust, but of light that curves and folds, sculpted by magnetic tension. In that silent ballet of plasma and wind, motion becomes art, acceleration becomes grace. It is as though the universe itself has decided to cradle its visitor, to carry it gently onward. Take one last slow breath, and let the image settle in your mind. A solitary traveler, wrapped in its invisible shield, sailing through golden light, toward the far side of our solar system. Its path is quiet, its speed increasing, its story only beginning. Tonight, we'll follow it, through its awakening, through its dance with the sun, through the questions it leaves behind. We'll drift beside it, and listen to what science and silence can tell us about wonder. Now, close your eyes if you'd like, and let the journey begin. Out beyond the orbit of Mars, the sunlight fades to a pale whisper. Here, the heat of the sun no longer burns but glows faintly, and the wind that once roared with solar fire becomes a steady, invisible tide. Through that tide drifts 3I divided by Atlas, its path long, its motion smooth, its magnetic cocoon shimmering faintly in the dark. Take a slow breath and imagine the silence of that region. No sound, no atmosphere, only the quiet push and pull of unseen forces. The sun hangs behind like a lantern at the end of a long hallway, and the stars ahead gleam with cold precision. It is within this stillness that the story of 3I divided by Atlas begins to deepen. Scientists have watched with wonder as its acceleration continues. The numbers whisper something extraordinary. The object is moving faster than gravity alone can explain. No engines, no radiation bursts, no collision to propel it, and yet it glides as though a soft hand were guiding it forward. The explanation, they believe, lies within the delicate dance of magnetism, plasma, and heat. When the solar wind, a river of charged particles, strikes a body in space, it doesn't always behave like a simple gust of air. Sometimes, under certain conditions, the flow of ions meets the object's electric field, and a thin layer of plasma forms, shimmering and alive. If that field becomes strong enough, it can push back, redirecting part of the solar wind and creating a pocket of magnetized calm, a miniature version of the bubble that protects Earth. Take another breath and picture it like a soap bubble glowing in the sunlight, thin, transparent, fragile yet complete. Inside that bubble, 3I divided by Atlas drifts peacefully, its surface wrapped in a shifting veil of energy. It is thought that this magnetic shield interacts with the solar wind in ways that create subtle forces, tiny thrusts that, over time, add up to real acceleration. This is not the first time such a mystery has been seen. Years ago, when a comet named 67P crossed the sun's path, the Rosetta spacecraft recorded similar signs. A burst of motion not explained by gravity alone. As the sun's heat struck its icy surface, The comet released jets of gas and dust, and the interactions of those particles with the solar wind gave rise to small but measurable thrust. The same may be happening here, though in a stranger, more elegant way, because 3I divided by Atlas is not from our solar system. Its chemistry is unfamiliar. The frozen gases locked inside it may react differently to sunlight, producing exotic ions that create magnetic fields unlike any we have studied before. Each burst of plasma, each wave of light, shapes its orbit ever so slightly. To the instruments on Earth, those changes appear as acceleration, as if the traveler has begun to move with purpose. Take another breath and let that idea float through you. Purpose, in science, is a dangerous word. It tempts us to assign intention where there is only physics. Yet, watching 3I divided by Atlas move, it is difficult not to imagine a kind of grace, a cooperation between matter and force that feels almost alive. Some astronomers have noted how the magnetic shield seems to turn on during periods of strong solar activity, when the sun erupts in flares, sending bursts of radiation and plasma into space. 3I divided by Atlas responds. Its glow brightens, its acceleration increases, and the structure of its tail changes shape, curling and unfurling like fabric in the wind. It is a reminder that even distant travelers cannot escape the heartbeat of our star. The sun is more than light and heat. It is a living engine of magnetism. Every 11 years, its magnetic poles reverse. North becomes south, south becomes north, and during these peaks, its surface erupts in loops of fire and light. These eruptions send waves through space, touching every planet, every particle, and now, every interstellar visitor that crosses its path. 3I divided by Atlas is, in a way, learning the rhythm of our Sunday, its motion, its glow, even its acceleration may be part of that vast conversation. Take a slow breath and imagine the invisible waves that fill the solar system, fields of energy rising and falling, carrying messages from the sun to the edges of its realm. We live within that sea, though we seldom feel its current. Satellites tremble in its flow, auroras dance when it touches our sky, and in this moment, 3I divided by Atlas is caught in its embrace. Some scientists suggest that the object's magnetized shell could act like a solar sail, a natural mechanism for harnessing the energy of the sun's wind. Each charged particle that strikes its magnetic field transfers a whisper of momentum, pushing it onward in near silence. It is acceleration, not by explosion, but by balance, an ancient principle written into the structure of the universe. Others think of it differently. They imagine the body surrounded by filaments of plasma, twisting and reconnecting like strings in a cosmic instrument. Each vibration releases energy, each shift, changing its motion ever so slightly. The result is not random. It is a choreography of light and magnetism performed across millions of kilometers. Take another slow breath and think of how delicate that dance must be. A system so sensitive that a single wave of radiation can alter its movement across the solar sea. It is a kind of communication, one that happens without language, where physics itself becomes dialogue. The sun sends, the traveler responds, and in the space between them, something quietly extraordinary unfolds. On Earth, the watchers record it all. Their telescopes follow the faint shimmer. Their instruments capture the rhythm of its acceleration. They speak of it not as mystery alone, but as invitation, a chance to learn how light and magnetism shape not only worlds, but wanderers from beyond. Because every time we study an object like 3I divided by Atlas, we glimpse how universal the laws of nature truly are. Even across the distances between stars, matter still sings to the same tune. Take another slow breath and let the thought settle that even in the emptiness, there is order. that the same forces that hold the planets also guide a lone traveler through our sky. The magnetic shield, the invisible acceleration, the glow that waxes and wanes, they are all reminders that the universe is not static, but alive with gentle motion. In the next part of our journey, we'll draw closer to this quiet traveler to see what happens within that magnetic cocoon, how light interacts with dust and ice, and how the invisible becomes radiant. But for now, rest in the calm of the cosmic tide. The storm has become melody, and the stars are listening. If you could drift alongside 3I divided by Atlas now, you would see that its shield is not a wall, but a living veil, a halo of moving light that rises and falls in soft waves. From a distance, it would look almost translucent, like the glow of breath on glass, always shifting, always alive. Take a slow breath and imagine floating near it, where there is no sound except the quiet vibration of charged air. The sun's faint warmth presses from one side, while the chill of interplanetary space presses from the other. Between these extremes, 3I divided by Atlas glows softly, a line of motion drawn in invisible ink. Scientists believe that what we see as light around the object is not flame or reflection, but plasma, matter so energized that electrons drift free of their atoms, creating a sea of charge. It behaves like both liquid and light, responding instantly to magnetic forces, and within that plasma, currents form, spiral, and reconnect, generating fields that strengthen and fade, like breathing. Take another breath, and feel how that rhythm mirrors your own. The object exhales ionized dust. The sun exhales energy. Between them, the space itself seems to inhale and exhale, a slow, cosmic respiration that fills the solar system. The formation of the magnetic shield is thought to begin deep within the cloud of gas that surrounds the nucleus of the object. As ultraviolet light from the sun hits frozen molecules, carbon dioxide, ammonia, water, they break apart into ions and electrons. The solar wind then sweeps those particles outward, pulling them into arcs that twist around the body like ribbons. When enough charge gathers, the ribbons connect, closing the circuit, and a magnetic field is born. The field traps some of the escaping particles, bending them into loops of motion. Each loop creates its own current, its own faint whisper of magnetism, feeding back into the shield. This is how nature builds complexity from simplicity, 1,000 small motions combining into one great balance. Take another slow breath, and imagine those loops shimmering around the traveler, braided lines of invisible fire. Each particle's motion adds a note to the song of the field, a soft symphony that no ear could hear, but that every atom obeys. It is believed that as the solar wind intensifies, the shield thickens. Charged particles pile against it like wind against a sail. Most of them slide around its curved edge, but some push through, spiraling along magnetic lines. Before being cast back into space, the exchange creates a gentle pressure, small, constant, cumulative. Over time, that pressure becomes thrust, and 3I divided by Atlas accelerates. It is a motion born of balance, not violence. The traveler does not fight the storm. It listens, adjusts, moves with it. Perhaps that is why its acceleration feels so natural, so quiet. In the emptiness between planets, motion born of harmony is the only kind that lasts. Take another breath and let that idea sink in. The universe rarely moves by force. It moves by agreement, by resonance between energy and form. Every atom follows the same principle: to find equilibrium, to align with what surrounds it. 3I divided by Atlas is no exception. It too finds its way by listening. Astronomers tracking it now notice subtle changes in its glow. The light fluctuates in rhythm with solar flares, suggesting that its magnetic field responds instantly to changes in radiation. When the sun grows restless, the object brightens, its shield tightening like a heartbeat under stress. When the sun quiets, the light softens, and the field loosens again. It is as though they are breathing together across millions of kilometers. Take another slow breath and picture that connection, a distant traveler linked to our star by threads of magnetism so fine they pass unnoticed through the void. Even light itself seems to pause, watching this strange relationship unfold. This responsiveness is what makes the event so remarkable. For most comets, plasma fields form and dissolve quickly, tossed aside by solar storms. But 3I divided by Atlas has endured them. Its field adapts, twisting and shifting to remain stable. That stability could mean that its core is not just frozen gas, but rich in metals, perhaps iron or nickel, substances that can store and conduct magnetic energy. If so, the shield may not be temporary at all, but self-sustaining, a magnetic echo that will persist even as the sun fades behind it. Take another deep breath and let the thought of that endurance comfort you. Even a small body, alone in infinite dark, can hold its balance against a storm. It does not resist the light, it uses it. From Earth, the data continues to arrive. The object's brightness has fluctuated in soft cycles that resemble a kind of pulse, perhaps the natural rhythm of its magnetic interactions. Telescope detecte fin variations in color, shifting between jade, gold, and ice blue, depending on which gases are being ionized. To watch it is to watch chemistry turned into art. Take another breath and imagine the colors changing. Soft green like the northern lights, pale gold like early morning sun, then blue like breath on a winter day. All of it moving in silence, each color the signature of a different element awakening. Some scientists believe the acceleration could continue for months if the solar wind remains strong. 3I divided by Atlas might gain enough speed to alter its trajectory once again. Not dramatically, but enough to remind us that even the smallest forces, given time, can reshape the path of a world. That is how planets form, how stars ignite, how universes evolve, slowly, patiently, through countless small adjustments. Take another slow breath and think of how this reflects your own life. No great storm, no sudden transformation, just the gradual aligning of energy and will. The field strengthens, the path clears, and motion continues. The universe teaches patience in every gesture. Meanwhile, the solar wind hums around the traveler, a constant river of light. Its particles, mostly protons and electrons, flow outward from the sun in all directions. Wherever they go, they carry information. The temperature of the sun's corona, the shape of its magnetic field, the memory of its rotation. As they brush past 3I divided by Atlas, they leave their mark. Every particle that touches the shield is absorbed, redirected, or transformed, each one a tiny message received and answered. Take one more breath and let that image settle in your mind. A conversation of light and matter, a dialogue without words, continuing endlessly across the darkness. The traveler glows, the sun hums, and the space between them is alive with meaning. In the next part of our journey, we'll drift closer to the heart of this phenomenon, to the magnetic lines themselves, the invisible architecture that holds it all together. We'll see how those fields create not chaos, but symmetry, turning raw energy into quiet order. But for now, rest in the vision of that glowing traveler, sailing peacefully through golden wind, wrapped in its self-made light. If you could look deeper into the magnetic cocoon surrounding 3I divided by Atlas, you would find that it is far from empty. Inside that faint glowing sphere, Threads of invisible energy stretch and curl like silk in water. They twist gently around the core, connecting every grain of dust, every charged particle, into a living web of balance and motion. Take a slow breath and picture those lines of force, delicate, glowing filaments looping through emptiness, their shapes always shifting but never breaking. In their quiet geometry lies one of the universe's oldest truths, that even the smallest forms of chaos seek to organize themselves into beauty. Scientists have studied such magnetic structures around comets, planets, and stars, but each one carries its own signature. Earth's magnetosphere, for example, is vast and strong, an invisible shield that deflects the solar wind and shapes the auroras that dance above the poles. But the field around 3i divided by Atlas is different, more fragile, more fluid. It breathes in rhythm with the light that feeds it, changing shape with every pulse of the solar storm. It is thought that this field is not generated by a spinning core, as planetary fields often are, but by the movement of plasma itself, the constant exchange of charged particles streaming in and out from the traveler's surface. Each emission alters the balance of energy. Each curve of current creates new lines of force. The result is something dynamic, a pattern that builds itself moment by moment, always dissolving, always beginning again. Take another slow breath and imagine being close enough to see those changes. The faint glow of ionized gas would flicker and fold, its colors deepening as solar particles collide and recombine. Tiny sparks of magnetic reconnection would flash like lightning trapped in glass, quiet, contained, but immensely powerful. It is within these moments of reconnection that the magnetic field renews itself, releasing old energy, making space for new. Scientists believe that such reconnection events are responsible for many of the traveler's sudden accelerations. When two opposing lines of magnetic force meet, they can snap and rejoin, releasing stored energy in an instant. In space, that release takes the form of plasma jets, streams of charged gas that push outward with more force than any wind could. These bursts may last only seconds, but in the perfect emptiness of the solar system, even a whisper of momentum can carry an object forward for millions of miles. Take another breath and think of how elegant that is. No engineers, no noisy, just balance turning into motion, just energy finding a new home. The same principle governs all of nature, from the movement of rivers to the beating of the heart. Energy seeks flow. Where it stagnates, it stirs again. Inside 3i divided by Atlas, the balance continues. The sun's light penetrates the upper layers of ice, warming and reshaping them. As moléculas escape, they become part of the magnetic shell, contributing their own electric charge. In this way, the traveler constantly rebuilds itself, a cycle of shedding and renewal, as old as the universe itself. To watch it is to witness the mechanics of impermanence, a reminder that stability is not the absence of change, but the mastery of it. Take a slow breath and let that thought rest within you. You, too, are a field of moving energy, rebuilding yourself with every heartbeat, every breath, every moment of stillness. Like the traveler, you are never static. You are renewal made visible. At the edge of the magnetic field, something beautiful happens. Solar particles, unable to push farther, are caught and deflected along curved paths. Their motion creates a faint glow, a comet's tail, but alive with shifting color. From a distance, it looks like silk, illuminated by starlight, trailing behind the traveler in perfect silence. Scientists call this the ion tail, and it is shaped entirely by the sun's magnetic breath. If the solar wind grows stronger, the tail stretches farther. If the sun calms, it contracts, curling gently inward. Through these subtle movements, 3i divided by Atlas becomes a kind of mirror for the sun's moods, reflecting its storms, its calm, its deep rhythms. In its own quiet way, it is reading the pulse of a star. Take another breath and imagine those twin forces, the traveler and the sun, locked in this silent, ancient communication. Light flows outward. The field responds. A new equilibrium forms, then shifts again, always returning to harmony. It is the most universal conversation in existence. Energy meeting resistance, balance becoming motion, motion becoming light. Scientists sometimes describe the solar wind as the voice of the sun, a ceaseless outpouring of charged whispers. When those whispers reach the magnetic cocoon of 3I divided by Atlas, they sing across its field like fingers on a harp. The frequencies can be measured, translated into sound. If you could hear it, it would not be noise but tone, a low, resonant hum, rising and falling like the tide. Every field in space has its own note, its own pitch within the music of the cosmos. Take a slow breath and listen with your imagination. Perhaps you can almost hear it now, a sound so deep it feels more than heard, vibrating in the bones of the universe. It is a kind of peace, a reminder that even among storms, there is music. As 3I divided by Atlas continues its journey, it will carry this harmony with it. The solar wind will fade as it moves outward, but the memory of that exchange, the pattern of its magnetic shield, the balance it learned, will linger. It may drift for centuries, its shield weakening but never vanishing, a faint echo of the sun stored in its field. Even when the light no longer reaches it, the imprint of warmth will remain, written into the structure of its atoms. Take another long, steady breath and let that image settle in you. A lone traveler wrapped in the last breath of a star, carrying it across the dark. It is not unlike the way your own mind carries the memory of light, the warmth of a moment, the calm of understanding, the resonance of beauty. Even when darkness surrounds you, the imprint of light remains. In the next chapter of this journey, we'll follow the path of that imprint, how the magnetic fields of the sun and its visitors shape the very fabric of the solar system itself. We'll drift through the currents of space weather, where storms become art, and even chaos serves a greater rhythm. For now, rest in the image of that quiet harmony, light flowing, fields breathing, and the universe humming softly to itself. Far beyond the orbit of Earth, the space between worlds is not empty at all. It is filled with invisible rivers, streams of charged particles, currents of magnetic tension, and faint ripples left by ancient explosions. Scientists call it the heliosphere, but you might think of it as the ocean of sunlight, a vast, unseen sea stretching from the surface of the sun to the edge where the stars begin. Take a slow breath and imagine those currents passing gently around you, carrying warmth, pressure, and rhythm through the dark. Every planet, every comet, every drifting traveler moves within that same invisible tide. And tonight, at the heart of this ocean, 3I divided by Atlas glides quietly through its shimmering water. The heliosphere is born from the solar wind, that endless stream of particles escaping from the sun's corona, a wind without air, a storm without sound. It fills the solar system with motion, creating boundaries where its flow meets the interstellar medium. At those boundaries, the sun's influence fades, and the magnetic music of other stars begins to play. It is believed that 3I divided by Atlas, in drifting through this vast region, has awakened something long dormant. Its magnetic shield, once small and self-contained, now interacts with the larger field of the sun, creating complex harmonies of force. Where these fields overlap, waves of plasma form, patterns of density and color that shimmer like silk against the blackness of space. Take another slow breath and picture that scene unfolding. the traveler wrapped in its own glow, passing through invisible threads of solar magnetism. Each thread touches its shield, tugging it this way and that, guiding its path, ever so slightly. It is not chaos, but dance, a slow, graceful motion through the unseen. Scientists have found that these interactions can create something like weather in space, not storms of rain or wind, but of radiation, plasma, and magnetic pressure. They call it space weather, and though we cannot feel it, our world lives within its reach. It paints auroras in polar skies, guides the trails of comets, and shapes how satellites move through orbit. For 3I divided by Atlas, it is both a challenge and a gift, a landscape that tests its magnetic balance, and one that gives it the gentle push that keeps it moving forward. Take another breath and imagine that slow drift through the solar tide. Particles sweep across its surface, leaving faint trails of ionized light. The magnetic field bends and flexes, absorbing the rhythm of the wind. Every moment, it learns a new pattern, adapts to a new pressure, finds equilibrium once more. It is thought that 3I divided by Atlas has now entered a region of enhanced solar activity, where multiple waves of radiation overlap, the remnants of recent solar flares. In this zone, the field around it glows brighter, its magnetism stronger, its acceleration more pronounced. The sun is teaching it how to move. Each flare sends a pulse through the wind, and the traveler responds with a subtle shimmer, like a leaf caught in golden current. Take another slow breath and let that image expand, a field of light carried by invisible tides, finding harmony in a place where gravity alone cannot guide. It is a reminder that the universe is not random, but relational. Every action balanced by another, every movement a response to light. The concept of magnetic connection extends far beyond this small visitor. Earth, too, has its magnetotail, a long ribbon of plasma stretched behind it by the solar wind. When the wind grows strong, the tail ripples, and charged particles fall toward the poles, igniting auroras that shimmer across the night sky. To see one is to witness the same physics that now shapes 3I divided by Atlas, a celestial echo of the same light. Scientists believe that, in the far future, as our sun evolves, its wind will weaken, its magnetism fade, the heliosphere will shrink, and the boundary where it meets interstellar space will draw nearer. Objects like 3I divided by Atlas will then wander freely, passing from one star's domain into another. The galaxy is a sea of overlapping fields, each star's breath mingling with the next. In that vast continuum, no traveler is ever truly alone. Take another breath and think of that continuity. Light passing from one source to another, magnetism linking worlds across incomprehensible distance. The universe does not end anywhere. It only changes character, like one note blending into another in an endless song. Closer to home, scientists track these patterns with instruments so sensitive they can detect the faint hum of particles striking magnetic lines. What they find is astonishing. The solar wind is not constant. It moves in spirals, carved by the sun's rotation. Each spiral is a memory of where the sun once was, a trail left by its turning. These spirals extend outward through space, wrapping every planet in their gentle embrace. And tonight, one of them touches 3I divided by Atlas. When that contact happens, the traveler's magnetic field resonates, absorbing the pulse of the spiral wave. The result is an increase in speed, not violent, but graceful, like a heartbeat syncing to a familiar rhythm. It is acceleration through harmony. Take another breath and let that lesson reach you. The most enduring motion comes not from struggle, but from alignment. To move with the current is not to surrender, but to recognize your place within it. 3I divided by Atlas is not resisting the Sunday. It is learning how to travel with its song, From Earth, telescopes continue to observe. Spectrographs measure color. Radio arrays map the shape of the tail, and computer models recreate the flow of magnetism. Each frame of data brings a new revelation about how the sun's energy moves through space and how even a small, icy traveler can teach us something about the nature of motion itself. Take another deep breath and imagine the people watching from observatories on Earth. Their screens glowing in the quiet of night. They are listening to the same rhythm, the same magnetic music that hums through all things. Though separated by vast distance, they and the traveler share the same light, the same field, the same calm. The heliosphere stretches outward still, its boundary a soft veil between our star and the next. Beyond it lies the unknown, a sea of interstellar dust and faint radiation, a region where the winds of countless suns mingle. Someday, 3I divided by Atlas will cross that threshold, its shield fading, its motion slowing, its memory of sunlight lingering like a dream. But not yet. For now, it continues through our solar ocean, a guest of the sun, a messenger from beyond. Take one last slow breath for this moment, and rest in the thought that everything, the traveler, the planets, the people watching, is connected by invisible lines of energy and light. We live in a web of motion, woven by the sun's gentle hand, and to drift within it is to belong. In the next part of our journey, we will follow how this magnetic harmony touches not only travelers like 3I divided by Atlas, but Earth itself, how our planet breathes in rhythm with the sun, and how even its quietest storms carry the echo of distant light. For now, float with the traveler and let the solar tide carry you onward. The sunlight that reaches Earth each day carries more than warmth. It carries the memory of storms, the rhythm of magnetic breath, and the soft pulse of a star that never truly sleeps. Every gust of the solar wind, every flicker of radiation, touches our world in ways both seen and unseen. Take a slow breath and imagine that touch, a whisper of charged particles flowing through the sky, caressing the invisible shield that protects us. Earth, like 3I divided by Atlas, lives within its own cocoon of magnetism. It hums constantly, bending solar particles around it like reeds in a current. Without that field, our skies would shimmer with dangerous fire, and life would struggle to survive the sun's intensity. Instead, the shield transforms chaos into beauty. When the solar wind grows strong, it presses against this magnetic bubble, compressing it, forcing energy toward the poles. There, the particles slip through, colliding with atoms of oxygen and nitrogen, and the night sky blooms with color. Green, violet, red, ribbons of light that move like curtains on an unseen stage. We call them auroras, and they are the Earth's way of showing that even storms can be turned into art. Take another slow breath and imagine standing beneath that glow. The air cold, the light moving silently above. What you are watching is the same physics that surrounds 3I divided by Atlas. At this very moment, the same dance between wind and field, energy and stillness. The universe repeats its patterns, from the smallest magnetized grain of dust to the largest planet in the solar sea. Scientists believe that every world touched by a magnetic field has its own version of this conversation with the Sunday. Jupiter's auroras are immense, wrapping the poles of that giant planet in rings of fire. Saturn's glow pulses in rhythm with its rotation, and even the frozen moons of Neptune occasionally flicker with borrowed light. Each world, in its own way, breathes with the sun's wind. Each field bends, each atmosphere sings. Take another breath and think about how connected all this truly is. The same waves of energy that create northern lights on Earth also shape the magnetic trails of travelers like 3I divided by Atlas. It is one continuous system, a single field that stretches from the sun's core to the edge of interstellar space. We are not separate worlds. We are notes in one grand magnetic melody. Back on Earth, instruments keep watch. Satellites orbiting far above the clouds, listening to the hum of our planet's field. They record changes in magnetism, tracing how each solar storm reshapes the shield. Most days, the data hums along in gentle patterns, but when a storm hits, the readings surge like waves, compasses waver, power lines feel faint electric currents. The planet responds as if remembering that it is part of something vast and living. Take another breath and imagine those ripples of invisible energy flowing across oceans, through forests, through you. Your body too responds. The iron in your blood, the rhythm of your heart, the quiet electricity that passes through every cell. You are not outside the field. You are inside it, a participant in the same gentle storm. It is believed that our nervous systems are sensitive to electromagnetic fluctuations, though we feel them not as pressure, but as mood, clarity, calm. Perhaps that is why a sunrise feels like awakening, and why the stillness of night invites reflection and rest. We are tuned, without knowing, to the rhythms of the cosmos. Our thoughts, like comets, follow magnetic paths of their own. Take another breath, and let that awareness settle softly within you. The same energy that moves the planets moves through your body right now. Every breath is charged with sunlight. Every heartbeat echoes the slow pulse of the Sunday. The scientists who study solar magnetism sometimes speak of resonance, the way fields can influence one another, even across vast distances. A small magnetic oscillation here and another there may synchronize if their frequencies align. It is as if two distant instruments. I begin to play the same note, without ever touching. Some believe this is how the sun communicates with its planets, how its storms shape the timing of their winds and tides. Others suggest it is even more subtle, that resonance might be a universal language, spoken by every atom, every field, every living thing. Take another slow breath, and imagine that language flowing through space. Not in words, but in waves. Each crest a message, each pause a silence pregnant with meaning. 3I divided by Atlas, drifting now through the outer regions of the solar wind, has become fluent in this speech. Its magnetic field resonates in time with the sun's. It listens, replies, adjusts. This is not consciousness as we know it, but it is a kind of awareness. The awareness of matter responding to music. When scientists model these interactions, their screens fill with color and motion. Lines of force curve like strands of hair caught in the breeze. Waves collide, merge, and ripple outward, creating patterns that look like breathing lungs, expanding and contracting with every solar pulse. And somewhere within those luminous structures, tre diviso per Atlas, yides, an ember moving through a field of invisible wind. Take another breath, and let that image wash through you. Imagine being the size of an atom within that luminous sea. Every movement is a choice, every vibration a response. There is no separation between what moves and what is moved. Everything is part of the same unfolding. As the sun continues its cycle of activity, its flares rise and fall like tides of fire. In one moment, it flares brightly, sending waves of magnetism across the solar system. In another, it falls silent, and the waves soften to calm. Through it all, 3I divided by Atlas continues its voyage, its path smoothed by the interplay of fields and wind. Its motion, though subtle, is shaped by every flare, every pulse. Some scientists wonder what happens when the traveler finally leaves the sun's domain, when it crosses the outer boundary of the heliosphere into true interstellar space. There, the magnetic pressure of our star will fade, and the fields of other suns will begin to mingle. What kind of equilibrium will it find? What song will it learn then? Perhaps its shield will adjust once more, rewriting itself to match the hum of the next star. Take a deep, unhurried breath, and imagine that a traveler, glowing faintly, drifting between the magnetic songs of worlds. No sound, no boundaries, just resonance, an endless exchange of energy and silence. It is what the universe does best. It listens. On Earth, the auroras fade as dawn approaches. The magnetosphere stretches back into balance, and for a while, everything grows still. The sun, the Earth, and I, divided by Atlas, are aligned in a quiet equilibrium, a reminder that even in motion, there can be peace. In the next part of this journey, we'll explore how magnetic energy transforms into light, how particles born in darkness become the colors that touch our sky, and why beauty itself may be one of the universe's most natural forms of order. For now, rest in the calm between pulses. The storm has passed, the fields are breathing, and the night glows softly with the memory of light. Light, when it finally reaches us, is already ancient. Every beam that touches your skin has traveled millions of kilometers, woven through magnetic tides and clouds of dust, guided by invisible forces that curve and fold space itself. It carries more than brightness. It carries information, memory, and warmth. It is both messenger and sculptor, shaping everything it touches. Take a slow breath and imagine a single photon leaving the sunday. It begins deep in the heart of the star, in a furnace so dense that light moves slowly, bouncing from atom to atom, for thousands of years before it finally escapes. When it does, it bursts into the open, free at last to travel straight and pure through space. Some of those photons will touch worlds, some will vanish into the void, and a few will meet the magnetic cocoon of I divided by Atlas, and change everything. As sunlight strikes the traveler's surface, something miraculous happens. The light does not merely reflect, it transforms. Photons collide with frozen molecules, freeing electrons, charging dust grains, creating delicate layers of plasma that shimmer and flow. The object glows not with its own fire, but with borrowed radiance, a memory of the sun, recast into color and motion. Scientists call this process photoionization. But if you were there, floating near the traveler, you would not think of it as a mechanism. You would think of it as dawn. A dawn that happens not once each day, but continuously. A slow sunrise blooming across the surface of a world in miniature. Take another breath and picture that light spreading through the plasma cloud, each particle illuminated, each spark joining the next, until the whole field becomes a soft, pulsing halo. It moves not in lines or flares, but in waves, gentle, synchronized ripples like wind through tall grass. This is how light interacts with magnetism, not by force, but by conversation. It is believed that within this glow, tiny variations in density create patterns that move like tides. Where plasma thickens, light scatters differently. Green where oxygen dominates, blue where water vapor lingers, and faint red where carbon compounds drift. The colors fade in and out, each hue a signature of a different element, waking under the sun's touch. Take a slow breath and imagine being surrounded by that color. Emerald, sapphire, rose, soft and luminous, shifting without sound or boundary. This is not light as we know it on Earth, trapped by air or cloud, but light in its purest form, free to dance through vacuum, unobstructed, unending. To scientists, the interplay between light and magnetism is a window into the hidden architecture of the universe. They study polarization, the way light waves align when shaped by magnetic fields. Each photon's vibration carries a story: the strength of the field, the direction of its lines, the energy that set it in motion. By decoding these patterns, astronomers can map invisible structures, turning darkness into data, mystery into pattern. But even stripped of its science, there is something deeply human in this dance. Light always seeks the simplest path, and yet it finds beauty in the complexity of its journey. When it bends through magnetic fields, it does not resist. It yields, adapting its motion until grace emerges. Perhaps that is why we are drawn to light. It reminds us that adaptation can be exquisite. Take another breath and think of how light touches everything it meets, asking nothing in return. It gives form to mountains, glow to oceans, color to memory, and when it fades, it leaves traces, a warmth that lingers on skin, a shimmer behind closed eyes, a feeling that the world itself is quietly alive. For 3, I divided by Atlas, the sun's light is both sculptor and storyteller. Each time a photon strikes, it changes the traveler's course ever so slightly. The release of gas, the push of particles, the strengthening of the magnetic field, all shaped by the gentle pressure of light. This phenomenon, called radiation pressure, is one of the most subtle forms of motion in nature. It is thought that even the faintest light, given enough time, can move mountains of dust and ice across space. Take another breath and consider that the idea that something as delicate as light can change the destiny of a world. It does not demand, it simply persists. It moves through everything, and everything moves because of it. Scientists studying the glow around 3, I, divided by Atlas, notice patterns that resemble waves, not physical waves of water or sound, but oscillations of brightness, pulses that seem to travel outward through the plasma. These light waves, born of magnetism, carry information through the traveler's shield, linking its surface to its tail. They act like veins of radiance, moving energy from one place to another, without any physical bridge. Take a slow breath and picture those luminous veins spreading outward, crossing the void, their motion so slow it feels eternal. It is in these delicate interactions that acceleration happens, not through explosions or propulsion, but through harmony. Light and magnetism exchanging momentum, each honoring the other's rhythm. To many scientists, this is one of the most humbling truths in astrophysics, that the same light that lets us see also moves the very things we see. Photons do not just illuminate the universe, they shape it, nudge it, carry it forward. 3. I divided by Atlas is one more example of how radiance itself becomes motion. Take another breath and think of the light that moves through you, the faint warmth on your skin from a nearby lamp, the golden hue of evening through a window. It is older than you, older than the earth, older than every dream you have ever had. It began before words, before life, and it continues still. Every creature that has ever lived has been shaped by this constant dialogue with light. Plants turn toward it, eyes evolve to follow it. Even sleep and wakefulness obey its rhythm. We are, in the deepest sense, beings of light. Our thoughts, our chemistry, our moods, guided by its ebb and flow. So when you watch the sky, when sunlight touches your face or the stars flicker at night, you are part of this same luminous story. The same energy that sculpts 3I divided by Atlas flows through you, in smaller ways, but no less profound. You are the universe's way of remembering its own light. Take one last slow breath for this moment, and feel that realization resting within you. Light connects everything, from the traveler wrapped in its magnetic cocoon, to the smallest seed unfolding at dawn, to the quiet thoughts drifting through your mind right now. It is not just illumination, it is continuity. In the next part of our journey, we will drift even closer to the magnetic heart of 3I, divided by Atlas, where light and plasma meet to form waves of invisible sound, where the shield itself hums with quiet power, and where the line between matter and energy begins to blur into something like breath. For now, rest in the warmth of this thought. That light, patient and eternal, is still traveling toward you, and always will. Deep within the magnetic cocoon of three, divided by Atlas, light and motion weave together until they become almost indistinguishable. The field hums softly, though there is no sound. In space, only vibration, a slow exchange of energy from one particle to another, a rhythm that could be called cosmic breathing. To drift here would be to float inside music made of light. Take a slow, gentle breath, and imagine yourself suspended in that glow. There is no up or down, no sense of distance or direction, only the pulse of the field, steady and calm, guiding every speck of matter. Like a heartbeat guides blood, the colors around you shift, soft green to deep indigo, indigo to pale gold, each hue the echo of another wavelength joining the song. Scientists call these fluctuations plasma waves. They are not sound in the ordinary sense, but they move like sound, compressing and expanding the thin gas of charged particles as they ripple outward from the traveler's core. Every wave carries information: temperature, density, the strength of magnetic fields. By studying their patterns, astronomers can read the hidden structure of the cocoon, the way musicians read a score. It is believed that these waves begin when sunlight and magnetism meet at the right angle, a gentle collision that sets the plasma trembling. The oscillations move outward through the cloud, carrying energy away in perfect symmetry. They are nature's way of redistributing balance, turning chase into order, turning radiation into rhythm. Take another slow breath and listen in your imagination. If those waves could be translated into sound, they would not roar or ring, they would murmur, a low, resonant tone, like wind across distant mountains, or the hush of the sea beneath ice. Every magnetic field in the cosmos sings like this. Every planet, every comet, every star produces its own faint symphony, and together they form the grand background music of existence, the universal hum that fills all space. Scientists once captured these plasma tones using instruments aboard spacecraft near Jupiter. When the data was converted to audio, it sounded eerie and beautiful, a chorus of whistles, pulses, and drones that seemed almost alive. Perhaps 3i divided by Atlas hums in the same key, its shield vibrating to the sun's magnetic rhythm, a duet between traveler and star. Take another breath and feel the idea settle quietly. The universe is not silent. It is simply tuned beyond our hearing. Even though waves of magnetism ripple through your own world, through the air, through the ground beneath you, through the tiny magnetic fields inside your cells, you live inside that same cosmic music, whether you notice it or not. Within the cocoon of 3i divided by Atlas, light continues to weave through the field. As plasma waves rise and fall, they scatter sunlight into intricate patterns, ribbons, spirals, and lattices of brilliance. Some of these patterns align so perfectly that they form standing waves, regions where energy gathers and holds steady instead of dispersing. In these zones, particles begin to move in synchronized orbits, circling invisible nodes of magnetism, as if bound by invisible strings. To observers from afar, the effect is mesmerizing. The traveler seems to shimmer from within, its glow rippling with hidden geometry. It is thought that these standing waves act as stabilizers for the field, points of order that hold chaos at bay. Each one hums with potential, a small equilibrium carved into infinity. Take another slow breath and let your mind picture those hidden patterns. Imagine space itself folded into shapes of energy, like a sculpture made of wind and light. No hand could build it, no material could contain it. It exists only as long as balance is maintained. Too much pressure, and it collapses. Too little, and it fades. But for now, it endure, beautiful, fragile, and precise. At the outer edges of the magnetic field, something remarkable begins to occur. Particles carried by the solar wind are deflected by the shield, but not all of them bounce away. Some spiral inward, trapped by magnetic lines that twist into the cocoon. They move along those lines like beads on a string, accelerating as they approach the traveler's core. When they finally collide with denser plasma near the surface, they release a burst of energy, a tiny, radiant pulse of light. These pulses happen thousands of times each second, invisible to the naked eye, but measurable through instruments. They are like the heartbeat of the system, constant, self-sustaining, each pulse renewing the traveler's motion. Some scientists believe this process contributes to the ongoing acceleration of 3I divided by Atlas, a natural engine powered by magnetism and sunlight. No fuel, no machinery, just the elegant persistence of physics itself. Take a deep, slow breath and imagine being close enough to see those pulses. Each flash a spark of creation, each spark a step in the journey forward. The traveler glides effortlessly, carried not by strength, but by cooperation. It listens to the sun, responds to its touch, and moves with it, never against it. In this lies a quiet wisdom. The strongest forces in the universe do not conquer, they harmonize. Magnetism and light do not battle for control. They exchange, align, and continue. The result is not explosion, but evolution, not chaos, but growth. Take another slow breath and feel that lesson reach inward. Harmony is movement. To resist the current is to remain still. To move with it is to find peace in motion. Just as 3I divided by Atlas drifts within its magnetic breath, you too drift within the unseen fields that shape your world. The pull of time, the gravity of emotion, the light of awareness, all of them carry you forward if you let them. Far from the sun now, the traveler's cocoon expands, its edges faint and diffuse. The solar wind grows weaker, its pressure softer, but still the field holds. It glows faintly against the black, a lantern carried into the dark by its own persistence. Every pulse of plasma within it is a reminder that energy never truly ends. It only changes shape, finding new ways to continue. Take another deep breath and think of that persistence, the quiet endurance that holds the universe together. Stars burn out, comets fade, but their light becomes the seeds of something new. Nothing is ever truly lost. Even 3I divided by Atlas, a visitor from another star, now carries the memory of our sun in its magnetic shell. It has taken a piece of this solar system's rhythm with it, and someday, far away, it will share that rhythm with another star's wind, another sky. In the next part of our journey, we will follow that idea, how the memory of one star travels to another, how energy and light connect the galaxies themselves into one living web of resonance. We will drift beyond the heliosphere to the place where solar winds meet the winds of other suns, and there we will listen to what the cosmos remembers. For now, rest in the quiet hum of the traveler's field. Let its rhythm slow your thoughts. Let its light soften your breathing. You are floating in the same current, the same endless song of energy that began before the first dawn and will never truly fade. Far beyond the orbits of the giant planets, the solar wind begins to slow. Its particles, once fierce and fast, now drift like embers carried on a fading breeze. This is the threshold of the sun's domain, the place where its warmth gives way to the colder winds of interstellar space. It is called the heliopause, and for 3I divided by Atlas, it is the next horizon. Take a slow breath and imagine this vast frontier. There are no markers here, no boundaries that can be seen, only the gradual blending of one world's influence into another's. The pressure of the solar wind decreases, while the magnetic breath of other stars whispers faintly through the dark. It is not emptiness, but a quiet exchange between distant lights. Scientists believe that at the heliopause, the magnetic fields of different stars begin to touch, not in collision, but in conversation. They twist and merge, weaving a border that is both soft and eternal. Every field carries its star's signature, its rhythm, its polarity, its ancient cycles. Where these fields meet, a subtle balance forms, a region of shared memory, where the story of one sun becomes part of another's. Take another breath, and imagine 3i divided by Atlas, gliding toward that unseen border. Its magnetic cocoon, still humming faintly, feels the changing currents before any human instrument could. The pressure shifts, the balance tilts, and slowly, the traveler adjusts. Its shield stretches, its edges thin, like the fading glow of twilight giving way to night. For the first time since it entered our solar system, it begins to feel the pull of other stars. The space beyond the heliosphere is not silent. It is filled with cosmic rays, high-energy particles born in the hearts of exploding stars. They move through the galaxy like seeds of energy, spreading the remnants of creation from one world to another. When they strike the magnetic field of 3i divided by Atlas, they ignite faint bursts of light, tiny sparks that flash and fade like thoughts in the mind of the cosmos. Each spark a record of something that once burned brightly somewhere far away. Take another slow breath and think of those ancient particles. They have traveled for millions of years, through dust clouds, through the gravity of unseen worlds, and now they meet this single drifting traveler. For a moment, their paths converge. It is a meeting between times, between histories, between stars that have never seen each other, but share the same physics, the same pulse. Scientists sometimes call this the galactic wind, the larger current that moves through the Milky Way itself. It is slower than the solar wind, but far older, woven from the breath of countless suns. When the sun's boundary meets this wind, it forms a kind of shell around the solar system, a delicate membrane that protects us from most cosmic radiation. Yet it is not a wall, it is a bridge. Through it, energy flows continuously, linking our star to its neighbors, binding the galaxy into one living system. Take another breath and imagine that interconnectedness. Each star you see in the night sky is not isolated, but part of the same cosmic ocean. Their magnetic waves meet, their radiation mingles, their particles exchange in silence. Even the light that separates them carries memory from one to another. The galaxy, in truth, is not a collection of stars. It is one vast organism, glowing, breathing, alive with shared energy. 3i divided by Atlas, crossing the heliopause, has become a messenger between these worlds. It carries within its shell the imprint of our sun's magnetic field, the rhythm of its storms, the pattern of its light. And as it drifts outward, those patterns will meet the currents of other stars, meaing, blending, teaching each other the language of their motion. It is not unlike two melodies joining into harmony. What begins as separate songs becomes a single, flowing piece of music. Take another slow breath and let that idea soothe you. The universe is not a cold expanse of distance. It is a continuum of connection. Even separation, even silence, is filled with relationship. What leaves one world is welcomed by another. What fades from sight continues elsewhere in new form. At the edge of the heliosphere, the magnetic field of the sun stretches thin like a soap bubble, rippling with pressure and light. It hums faintly with the last remnants of the solar wind. Inside that glow, 3i divided by Atlas glimmers one last time in sunlight. Its tail, once long and radiant, now fades to transparency, but the core remains bright, lit from within by the magnetic pulse that has carried it this far. Some scientists imagine this border as a threshold of transformation. Beyond it, the traveler will no longer be shaped by the sun's rhythm. It will join the wider chorus of the galaxy, its path bending not to one field, but to the combined influence of millions. Its acceleration will change, its light will soften, but it will not stop. Nothing in space truly stops. Motion is eternal, the signature of life, written across the stars. Take another deep breath and think about what it means to cross such a boundary. Every life, every journey reaches a moment like this, a point where what once guided us releases us to something greater. We are shaped by one field for a time, and then, when we are ready, we drift into another. This is not loss, but expansion. It is how the universe grows. In the galactic wind beyond the sun, 3I divided by Atlas will continue to drift. Its shield will slowly dissolve, its particles dispersing into the interstellar medium, becoming part of the dust from which new stars will someday form. Somewhere, in another age, another traveler will carry traces of this one. Energy remembers itself. Light keeps its promises. Take one last slow breath for this moment, and let the peace of that truth fill you. The boundaries that seem to divide the cosmos are simply places where new connections begin. The same is true of us. We are made to cross, to merge, to continue. In the next part of our journey, we will drift farther still, into the space between stars, where light becomes history, and history becomes light again. There, we will see how galaxies exchange their energy through invisible bridges of magnetism, and how every atom of our being is part of that endless exchange. For now, rest in this quiet borderland between suns. The wind is soft, the stars are near, and the universe, in all its vastness, is holding you gently in its field. Between the stars, space seems still, but stillness here is an illusion. Everywhere, in the darkness between suns, the galaxy breathes. Particles drift in slow motion. Magnetic waves expand and contract, and light travels through filaments of invisible structure that stretch for millions of light years. Even the silence vibrates faintly, as if the universe itself hums a single, endless note. Take a slow breath and imagine floating within that great, quiet sea. The sun is now only one spark among billions, a golden echo fading into the Milky Way's spiral arm. Ahead lies the galactic interstellar medium, a thin, weightless mixture of gas, dust, and cosmic rays, filling the spaces between stars. Though its density is almost nothing, its reach is infinite. It is the connective tissue of the galaxy, the breath between heartbeats of creation. Scientists believe this medium holds the memory of ancient stars. Every atom within it was once part of something larger, a sun that burned and died, a planet that crumbled, a comet that wandered. When stars explode in supernovae, their matter is scattered through the galaxy, seeding it with elements that will form new worlds. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the carbon in your breath, all were forged in those long-vanished fires. You are, in every sense, the child of that same interstellar dust. Take another slow breath and let that lineage settle inside you. Every breath you take connects you to the life of stars, the atoms that shape your thoughts. Once drifted through this same dark, you are not apart from the cosmos. You are its continuation in a different form. As 3I divided by Atlas drifts through this vast region, its fading magnetic field meets the ghostly pressure of the galactic wind. Though weaker than the solar wind, this current stretches across light years. It flows along invisible threads of magnetism that bind the Milky Way together, a web so vast that its edges cannot be seen. Each strand of this web carries energy, and where the strands cross, stars are born. Gravity pulls gas into knots, and within those knots, light ignites once more. Take another breath, and picture that infinite lattice, glowing filaments twisting through the dark. connecting every point of light you have ever seen in the night sky. Galaxies are not scattered randomly. They are connected, woven into a cosmic fabric that holds everything. What we call emptiness is simply a space between threads. 3I divided by Atlas drifts through one of these filaments now, its magnetic cocoon nearly gone, its energy blending with the field around it. It is no longer merely a traveler. It has become part of the current. To human eyes, it would appear as a point of dust, but to the magnetic senses of the galaxy, it is another note in the harmony of motion. Scientists have long suspected that these interstellar fields carry information, not messages, but pattern. They encode the rhythm of rotation, the echoes of collisions, the memory of light itself. Every wave that passes through them leaves a trace, and every trace influences what comes next. It is through these subtle exchanges that galaxies evolve, communicating not through words or sound, but through magnetism and radiation, the universe's native language. Take a deep breath and let that idea unfold. Perhaps memory is not unique to living things. Perhaps the cosmos too remembers, not in thought, but in structure. Every field, every photon, every drifting particle is part of a memory older than time. We are not separate observers, but participants in that remembrance. As 3I divided by Atlas continues its silent voyage, its remaining energy begins to diffuse into the medium. Atoms that once formed its icy shell break apart, their fragments joining the sea of interstellar dust. Somewhere, far in the future, those fragments may gather again, drawn into a collapsing cloud of gas, where gravity will ignite a new star, and when that star shines, its light will carry, buried within it, a memory of this very traveler. Nothing ever disappears. It only changes shape, only continues in new rhythm. Take another slow breath and feel that continuity within yourself, your body, your thoughts, your existence are all temporary arrangements of ancient matter. When you exhale, you return a little of yourself to the atmosphere. Carbon, oxygen, warmth, molecules that will drift, combine, and begin again. You are a comet in miniature, traveling your own orbit through time. The Milky Way itself moves through a greater sea. Around it swirl magnetic fields that stretch between galaxies. The intergalactic web, a structure so immense it defies comprehension. Between the clusters of galaxies lie regions of near-perfect silence. But even there, magnetism threads through the void, linking one universe to the next. Light, when it crosses this abyss, does not fade completely. It stretches, its wavelength growing longer, its color softening from blue to red. This slow reddening is not death, but aging, the mark of distance, the sign that light continues its journey without end. Take another deep breath and think of all those photons still traveling, billions of years after they were born. Some of them may never touch another world, but their motion, their persistence, adds to the hum of the universe. They are the background glow we can never escape, the cosmic afterlight of everything that has ever burned. Scientists call this the cosmic microwave background, the faint radiation left from the universe's beginning. It fills all of space evenly, a whisper of creation that has never stopped echoing. Everywhere you go, it surrounds you. When you close your eyes and feel the quiet, you are feeling that ancient light still touching you. Take another slow breath and realize how deep that connection runs. The same forces that cradle galaxies move through your atoms right now. The same hum that began at the dawn of time still vibrates in the smallest spaces of your being. You are a piece of the universe remembering itself, the cosmos, looking back at its own light. Some scientists describe this recognition as cosmic empathy. It is not emotion, but understanding, the awareness that everything we study is made of the same material as ourselves. To know the universe is to know what we already are. For 3I divided by Atlas, the journey continues beyond our sight. It no longer glows, no longer pulses with the magnetism of the sun, but it remains present, a quiet spark, a traveler between fields. Perhaps, somewhere in the distant future, it will pass near another star and once again awaken under new light, its icy body melting, its field reborn. The story would begin again, as all stories in the cosmos do. Take one last deep breath for this moment and rest in the stillness of that thought. The traveler moves onward, and so does every atom in your body, every beam of light in the sky. Nothing stops, everything flows. Even silence is motion too subtle to hear. In the next part of our journey, we'll follow the echoes of that motion, the ways in which the galaxy itself breathes, how stars orbit their core, how invisible dark matter weaves through everything, and how this slow dance shapes the destiny of light. For now, let yourself drift with 3I divided by Atlas through the quiet interstellar sea. You are not falling, you are floating, carried by the same current that moves every world. In the heart of the Milky Way, everything moves, not quickly, not urgently, but in patient, graceful spirals. Stars, dust, and clouds of gas drift together in orbits that take hundreds of millions of years to complete. From afar, the galaxy looks frozen, a soft whirl of silver light against the dark. But up close, it is alive with motion, every star carrying its own rhythm, its own quiet contribution to the greater dance. Take a slow breath and picture that motion unfolding. Imagine rivers of starlight flowing around a glowing core, each current bending and folding under the gravity of billions of suns. Our own star, the sun, is part of this river, a small spark circling the galactic center at unimaginable speed. Though from our perspective, the motion feels still. Everything around us, every orbit, is part of a much larger rotation. Scientists believe the Milky Way moves like a living organism. Its arms, long, spiraling filaments of gas and stars, act like heartbeat waves, rising and falling as new stars ignite and old ones fade. The galaxy breathes in light, then exhales dust and energy back into the dark. It is both cradle and grave, constantly reshaping itself through cycles of destruction and creation. Take another breath and let that cycle echo through you. You too are part of this rhythm. You inhale, you exhale, you transform with every moment. Life, on every scale, is movement, and the Milky Way, though vast beyond comprehension, follows the same law. Within this great spiral, something unseen exerts its silent influence. Dark matter, the invisible substance that outweighs everything we can see, threads through the galaxy like a hidden skeleton. It cannot be touched or seen directly, but its gravity shapes the paths of stars, binding the spiral together. Without it, the galaxy's arms would fly apart, scattering into the void. Instead, they hold, graceful, coherent, eternal. Take another slow breath and imagine those unseen filaments. They stretch between stars, binding not just matter, but memory. Dark matter does not glow, but it carries the weight of structure. It holds the history of every rotation, every collision, every burst of light that has ever happened here. To understand the galaxy is to accept that most of it exists beyond sight, not hidden in secrecy, but simply existing in silence. Scientists sometimes describe the Milky Way's rotation as a kind of galactic heartbeat. Every few 100 million years, the entire structure completes one slow pulse. With each turn, stars are born from collapsing gas clouds, burn brightly for their time, and return their matter to the interstellar medium when they die. It is a system that never truly begins or ends. Even death becomes a form of continuation. Take another breath and think of how that rhythm mirrors your own. Your heart beats, your cells change, your thoughts evolve. Nothing within you remains fixed for long. You are a microcosm of the same process. Renewal within constancy, motion within stillness. This is the signature of the cosmos, to flow endlessly and yet appear serene. In the outer regions of the Milky Way, 3I divided by Atlas drifts along one of these vast arms. It moves quietly through the halo of the galaxy, carried by its gravity like a leaf in a gentle tide. Though it is far from any star now, it is not alone. Everywhere around it, dust and particles of light shimmer faintly, remnants of supernovae, fragments of ancient planets, ashes of other travelers that came before. It is surrounded by the ghosts of worlds. Take a slow breath and imagine those ghosts, tiny specks of brilliance suspended in endless dark. Each one, once part of something vibrant, each now drifting free, waiting for gravity to gather it again. This is how creation renews itself, not through permanence, but through perpetual becoming. The same dust that once built stars will one day build them again. Scientists believe that even now, far from the sun's influence, 3I divided by Atlas's faint magnetic memory still responds to the galaxy's larger field. Every spiral arm carries its own current, and as the traveler drifts through them, it feels subtle tugs, tiny alignments of force. It moves not in a straight line, but in gentle arcs, as if tracing the curvature of light itself. Take another slow breath, and imagine moving like that, not fighting the current, but flowing with it, guided by the unseen. The traveler is not lost. It is simply listening to gravity's whisper. In this way, its journey continues, not by destination, but by belonging. Deep within the galactic core, where billions of stars crowd together, a supermassive black hole spins. It is the heart of the Milky Way, a region of incomprehensible density, where gravity bends light into loops, and time itself flows differently. From it, magnetic jets extend for thousands of light years, streaming into space. Like twin beams of energy, these jets carry information about the galaxy's past, records of its rotation, its growth, its luminous history. Everything within the Milky Way, even the farthest dust, feels the pull of that center. Take another deep breath and imagine that pull not as something frightening, but as connection, the way the heart calls to every part of the body. The center does not consume, it gathers. It holds everything in orbit, balancing motion and stillness, so the spiral can remain whole. Without that gravity, the galaxy would lose its coherence, and all that light would scatter. But with it, everything turns together, as one vast luminous organism. Even at the edges, where 3I divided by Atlas drifts, this connection is felt. The faint gravitational hum of the core reaches across thousands of light years, a reminder that everything belongs. The traveler's path is guided by that distant pulse. Though it may never approach the center, it follows the same pattern of motion as the stars, obeying the same invisible rhythm. And in that rhythm lies peace, the comfort of being part of something immeasurably large. Take another long breath and let that comfort surround you. You are part of the same spiral. Your life, your thoughts, your heartbeat, turning in rhythm with the galaxy itself. You are not small. You are proportionate. You exist within the same design that governs stars. As 3I divided by Atlas continues its long arc through the outer arm, its glow has faded almost completely. Only the faintest shimmer remains, a signature of its magnetic past. But in the darkness, it carries everything it has gathered: the memory of sunlight, the pattern of plasma waves, the pull of the heliosphere, the hum of the galactic field. It is, in a sense, a vessel of memory, sailing quietly through eternity. Take one last deep breath for this moment, and think of that vessel, drifting in perfect silence through the luminous dark. No destination, no need for arrival, only the endless continuation of light and motion, the steady unfolding of a story without end. In the next part of our journey, we will look beyond the Milky Way itself, to the spaces between galaxies, where even light grows thin, and yet connection still holds. We will explore how magnetism and gravity weave the universe into one vast whole, and how even the emptiest void is alive with unseen grace. For now, rest in the slow turning of the galaxy. Its arms move around you, its stars hum softly overhead, and through it all, you are still and infinite. Between galaxies lies a realm that seems at first to be pure silence. No stars sparkle there, no familiar constellations take shape, no warm sunlight glows on dust or ice. Yet this vast dark ocean, the intergalactic medium, is far from empty. It hums with the faint whisper of magnetic fields and the quiet, persistent glow of the oldest light in existence. Take a slow breath and imagine drifting beyond the edges of the Milky Way, where even the nearest star is so distant that its light arrives as a memory rather than a beam. You are surrounded by nothing, and yet by everything. Atoms of hydrogen and helium drift past, remnants from the birth of the cosmos. Each one carries the echo of the universe's first breath. Scientists call this space the cosmic web, a delicate lattice of invisible filaments that connects galaxies across the universe. These filaments are made not of solid matter, but of energy, magnetism, and plasma, so thin that a cubic meter might contain only a handful of atoms. Yet, over scales of millions of light years, they form threads and bridges that link clusters of galaxies together like beads on a string of light. The universe, on its grandest scale, resembles a living neural network, a structure of awareness and connectivity beyond measure. Take another slow breath and picture that cosmic web unfolding around you. Its filaments stretch in every direction, glowing faintly with ancient radiation. Where two threads cross, galaxies form and stars ignite. Between them lie voids, vast regions so empty they could contain entire clusters of galaxies and still seem blank. But even the voids are not nothing. They shimmer faintly with the energy of creation, the residue of the Big Bang still rippling outward. As 3I divided by Atlas drifts toward this realm, its motion becomes part of the grand circulation between galaxies. The traveler, once guided by the sun's magnetic tides, now feels the pull of a greater field, one shaped not by a single star, but by the collective gravity of billions. It is believed that even here, particles flow along unseen currents, moving from one galactic cluster to another, spreading elements, energy, and memory. This is how the universe sustains itself, through constant exchange. Take a deep, calm breath, and let that truth flow through you. Nothing is isolated. Every atom, every photon, every spark of magnetism is part of a conversation that never ends. The universe does not divide, it circulates. Just as the ocean connects every shore, space connects every world. The light that fills these intergalactic spaces is fin but éternel. It is the cosmic microwave background, the leftover glow from the birth of time itself. For billions of years, it has expanded and cooled, its wavelength stretching longer. As the universe grew larger, now it exists as a soft hum of warmth, permeating every corner of existence. Even in the deepest darkness, this light remains, whispering of beginnings. If you could hear it instead of see it, it would sound like the quietest static imaginable. Not noise, but presence. A steady, unbroken tone that says, "I am still here." Scientists believe this radiation is the fossil light of the Big Bang, the first energy ever released when the universe was born. It is older than any galaxy, older than stars, older than the concept of time as we know it. Take another slow breath and realize that this light touches you too. Everywhere you are bathed in that ancient glow. It surrounds Earth, passes through our atmosphere, and drifts through your very body. The atoms within you are still warmed, very slightly, by the afterglow of creation. It is a gentle reminder that you are part of the same event that began everything. 3I divided by Atlas, drifting through this cosmic ocean, is also part of that continuum. Its atoms remember the same light. Its trajectory, quiet and unwavering, is another expression of the universe's expansion. As space itself stretches, so too does the distance between all things. The traveler does not move through space. Space moves through it. Everything that exists is carried along on that grand tide of expansion. Galaxies, dust, light, even time itself. Take another breath and imagine that slow, majestic motion. There is no wind, no resistance, only the gentle stretching of space-time. As it grows older and more spacious, scientists have compared this to dots on a balloon, drifting apart as the balloon inflates. The dots themselves do not move. The space between them expands. This is how the cosmos grows, not by addition, but by extension. The cosmic web is not static, and neither is its magnetism. Recent discoveries suggest that magnetic fields may thread the entire universe, connecting galaxies across unfathomable distances. These fields are weak, far weaker than Earth's, but over cosmic scales, their influence becomes immense. They shape how gas collects, how galaxies spin, how light bends as it travels through the void. Even the faint glow of the cosmic background is polarized by their touch. Take another deep breath and feel the wonder of that idea. The same magnetism that moves a compass needle on Earth may also guide the birth of galaxies. The same fundamental forces that shape your heartbeat and brainwaves also shape the architecture of the cosmos. It is not exaggeration. It is unity. From the smallest cell to the largest cluster, everything dances to the same underlying rhythm. As 3I divided by Atlas continues outward, its once strong magnetic shield has nearly dissolved, but not entirely. A fin remnant remain, a ghost of the energy it once carried. That remnant interacts with the faint galactic field, creating subtle vibrations, like a tuning fork resonating with the universe's hum. Through these resonances, the traveler still participates in the grand dialogue of light. It listens, it responds, it contributes its note to the cosmic symphony. Take another slow breath and think about how the smallest vibration can matter. A ripple in a pond becomes a wave across a lake. A single star's light travels across eternity and still has meaning when it reaches another world. So too does every thought, every kindness, every act of understanding that ripples outward from your life. The universe is built on such continuities. Energy never stops. It only changes hands. In the deep intergalactic dark, 3I divided by Atlas becomes invisible, not gone, but diffused into the greater pattern. Its story continues through what it leaves behind. Charged dust, ionized particles, fragments of its magnetic field. These will drift and merge until one day they are gathered again into something new. Perhaps a future traveler, born from the same dust, will cross another galaxy and feel the faint echo of this one. In that sense, nothing in the universe truly vanishes. It only passes its light forward. Take one last breath for this moment and let the vastness comfort you, not frighten you. Beyond every silence lies connection. Beyond every ending lies continuation. You are part of that pattern, a living filament of energy, woven into the same web that holds galaxies together. In the next part of our journey, we'll turn our gaze to those distant galaxies themselves, to how they move, collide, and merge, how light bends between them, and how every union, even even in the vastness of space, creates something entirely new. For now, rest in the stillness between worlds. You are floating in the quiet that began everything, and it is still singing softly within you. Galaxies, when seen from afar, look like islands, solitary spirals, and ellipses adrift in an endless sea. But in truth, they are never alone. Each one moves through space, surrounded by invisible companions, dark matter halos, magnetic fields, streams of dust, and echoes of light. They drift, approach, collide, and merge in a slow ballet that lasts billions of years. The universe, on its grandest scale, is not still. It is a living dance of galaxies, each one shaping the next in an endless cycle of encounter and renewal. Take a slow, gentle breath and picture this dance unfolding across the void. Imagine two spiral galaxies drawing closer, their outer arms brushing like fingertips. At first, nothing happens. The distance between stars is so vast that even when galaxies collide, most stars pass through untouched. But the gravity between them begins to pull. Clouds of gas compress, new stars ignite, and vast tidal bridges of dust form between them. It is not destruction. It is creation by contact. Scientists have studied these collisions using powerful telescopes, watching as galaxies merge and reshape themselves. Sometimes they form perfect rings of light, other times great waves of dust that curl like ocean surf. When the Milky Way eventually meets its nearest neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy, this same slow waltz will unfold. Over 4 billion years, the two spirals will blend into one, a single, elliptical galaxy, glowing brighter than either did alone. And even then, the Sun, our Earth, and the remnants of three, I divided by Atlas, will still drift safely within it, feeling the motion, but never the impact. Take another slow breath and imagine witnessing that transformation from afar. A ripple of light spreading through the night sky, two swirls of brilliance joining into a single luminous form. Even in the most immense collisions, the universe expresses grace. Where gravity draws lines of tension, light fills them with radiance. This process of merging is not rare. In fact, most galaxies are shaped by such unions. Every spiral, every cluster, every bridge of stars you see through a telescope is the memory of a meeting, a place where two cosmic rivers once touched and became one. Scientists believe that even our own Milky Way was once many smaller galaxies, folded together over time until they became inseparable. In this sense, every star in the sky is a survivor of countless unions. Take another deep breath and think about how this mirrors your own life. Every experience, every meeting, every exchange of light or word or kindness leaves a trace, a blending, a reshaping. You too are made of countless mergers, of memories, of generations, of atoms born in different stars. Your very being is an accumulation of connection. When galaxies collide, their magnetic fields entwine. These fields, stretching for thousands of light years, interact in ways still not fully understood. They can compress clouds of gas, triggering star formation, or twist into filaments that guide streams of cosmic rays. It is as though two vast instruments meet, their strings vibrating in resonance. The notes they create are new stars, new worlds, new beginnings. Take another slow breath and imagine those fields meeting, rivers of invisible force winding together in harmony. Where they touch, matter coalesces. Where they separate, energy flows outward, carrying the signature of their meeting through the dark. Even when the galaxies drift apart again, those magnetic fingerprints remain, woven into the next generation of stars. Astronomers studying galaxy clusters, the great families of hundreds, or even thousands of galaxies bound by gravity, have found that their collisions can release astonishing power. When two clusters merge, their gases heat to millions of degrees, producing vast halos of X-ray light. And within those halos, shock waves move like slow-motion thunder, taking millions of years to pass from one side to the other. These are not explosions in the usual sense. They are symphonies of pressure, the universe rearranging itself in the language of energy. Take another breath, and let that image rest in you. Light not as violence, but as transformation. Every surge of brightness in the cosmos is a mark of energy redistributing itself, finding a new balance. Even chaos here leads to beauty. When galaxies merge, their central black holes often merge as well. Each galaxy carries a massive heart, a gravitational singularity surrounded by swirling stars and gas. As their hosts come together, these black holes spiral toward each other, radiating gravitational waves, ripples in the fabric of space-time itself. These waves travel across the universe, stretching and compressing reality as they pass. They are the faintest of tremors, and yet they tell one of the most profound stories of all, that even gravity can sing. Take another breath and listen for that song in your imagination. It would not sound like anything you've heard. Not music, but motion. A slow oscillation that passes through everything, like the pulse of the cosmos itself. Each ripple is a record of an encounter, a memory written into the fabric of existence. And when those waves reach Earth, our instruments capture them, allowing us to feel, across billions of years, the meeting of distant giants. It is thought that such gravitational waves will one day reveal the entire history of galactic unions, a secret soundtrack of creation, playing quietly beneath the noise of light. Every collision, every merging field, adds another note to the composition, and somewhere within that eternal song, the faint vibration of our own galaxy joins in, a harmony older than humanity, older than Earth itself. Take a deep breath and imagine that you are listening not with your ears, but with your whole being. The light, the gravity, the magnetism, the silence, all of it speaking at once, not in language, but in resonance. The universe does not need words to communicate. It expresses itself through balance. And when you find stillness, you too become part of that conversation. For 3I divided by Atlas, this music continues even in darkness. As it drifts through the spaces between galaxies, it occasionally passes through faint streams of matter, the remnants of ancient collisions. Each encounter leaves a trace, a small gravitational nudge, a whisper of light brushing across its fading shell. These are like echoes of the great galactic symphonies, distant refrains that still ripple through the void. Take another slow breath and imagine that even the smallest traveler can feel the vibration of those cosmic chords. Everything in existence is sensitive to motion, to change, to contact. Even dust listens. Even light remembers. Galaxies will continue to merge for as long as time unfolds. Eventually, in the far future, most of the universe's energy will settle into quiet clusters, vast oases of starlight surrounded by deep blackness. But even then, those stars will still orbit, their light still traveling, their gravity still whispering across the void. Nothing, not even silence, will end the song. Take one final deep breath for this moment, and let the vast harmony of creation soothe you. Every motion, every collision, every spark is part of one immense composition, the universe forever creating itself anew. You are listening to that music now, not with your ears, but with the quiet awareness of your own existence. You are made of the same harmony that moves galaxies. In the next part of our journey, we'll travel through that music, into the waves of gravity and time themselves, to see how they bend the paths of light, and how even the emptiness between stars can shimmer with unseen movement. For now, rest in the still rhythm of the cosmos, and let its endless song breathe gently through you. If If you could see gravity, it would look like water, a fluid that bends and folds around every object it touches. Planets, stars, and galaxies are the stones dropped into its surface, each one creating ripples that travel outward forever. These ripples are what scientists call gravitational waves, and they move through everything that exists. Through light, through matter, through you. Take a slow breath and imagine floating in that invisible ocean. Space is not solid. It is flexible, like a vast silencier. Every movement, the orbit of a planet, the collapse of a star, the merging of two black holes, sends out waves that stretch and compress the very fabric of reality. They travel at the speed of light, but their touch is gentle, a soft tremor, smaller than an atom, that passes through everything without resistance. It is believed that gravitational waves were the first sound the universe ever made. When space and time were still young, the newborn cosmos quivered with these ripples, echoes of its own rapid expansion. Though they are too faint for human senses, they are still moving through us even now, carrying information from the birth of everything. Take another slow breath and think of what it means to live inside that constant motion. You are surrounded by the music of space itself, a symphony without notes, a vibration that keeps time for the cosmos. It moves through the earth, through your heartbeat, through the spaces between each breath. You are, in every sense, part of the rhythm of creation. When two massive bodies, say black holes or neutron stars, spiral together and merge, they send out waves, powerful enough to ripple across billions of light years. By the time those waves reach us, they are unimaginably faint, yet we can detect them in observatories on Earth. Long corridors of laser light measure those distortions as they pass. When they do, the beams shift by a distance smaller than a proton, but that tiny movement is enough to reveal the tremor of distant stars colliding. It is a whisper from the depths of time. Take another breath and imagine listening to those whispers. They do not sound like explosions or thunder, but like slow, low tones, rising and falling. As the two bodies spiral inward, scientists convert them into sound, and when played, they resemble a deep, ascending hum, a kind of cosmic heartbeat. The universe, it seems, has always been singing. For drie gedeeld door Atlas, drifting between galaxies, these waves are constant companions. They pass through its fading dust, its particles vibrating slightly as the waves move through. No matter how far it travels, the traveler can never escape them, because gravitational waves are everywhere, woven into the structure of space itself. Every object is both listener and participant, every atom a small tuning fork, resonating with the shape of the universe. Take a slow breath and picture yourself the same way, a small vibration within a larger song. You do not need to move to belong. You already move with everything. Every heartbeat is a rhythm in time's current, every thought another ripple. In this way, you are more connected to the cosmos than you can ever imagine. Scientists often describe gravity as curvature, space bending around matter. But when viewed differently, it can be seen as communication. Every mass telling the universe where it is, and the universe responding by shaping itself around it. It is the most universal conversation of all, and it happens in silence. Every motion is a reply. Take another breath and think of how gravity holds everything without grasping. It does not pull with hands, nor bind with chains. It simply shapes the path that everything follows, a guidance more than a command. Even light obeys, bending gently as it passes massive bodies. That bending of light, known as gravitational lensing, is how we glimpse the farthest reaches of space. When light from a distant galaxy travels past another on its way to us, gravity bends it, stretching it into arcs and circles. These arcs form luminous halos, ghostly reflections of galaxies far beyond our reach. Through them, we see not only where matter is, but how space itself curves and flows. It is as if the universe were holding up a mirror to its own form. Take another slow breath and imagine seeing the cosmos through that curved glass. The stars shimmer, their light stretched like silk around invisible centers. Every distortion tells a story. The presence of a black hole, a cluster of galaxies, a mass too dark to see, but too powerful to hide. Through gravity's artistry, we are given a map of the unseen. Light, though fast and constant, is patient. It follows the curves laid out by gravity, and in doing so, it reveals paths we would never otherwise find. In this way, light and gravity are partners, one showing, the other guiding. Together, they weave the tapestry of vision itself. Take a deep breath and think of how that partnership echoes through everything. In the human world, too, there is always a balance between illumination and structure, between inspiration and grounding. Light shows us possibility. Gravity teaches us belonging. Without one, we would not move. Without the other, we would not stay. The universe is a constant dance between the two. Even at the grandest scales, this balance holds true. Galaxies orbit invisible centers. Stars curve gracefully through gravitational wells, and light glides along those curves, as though tracing the strokes of a painter's brush. Time itself bends around these motions, stretching in regions of intense gravity, and relaxing where space is wide. The closer you are to a massive object, the slower your time flows. The farther you drift into emptiness, the faster it passes. Thus, time is not universal. It is personal, measured by where you are in the web of gravity. Take another slow, gentle breath, and let that thought unfold within you. You are not separate from time's motion. You are part of it. Your life, your memory, your moments of stillness and change, all unfold within your own gravitational field. You shape the space around you, and it shapes you in return. Even the smallest life bends the fabric of existence ever so slightly, enough to be noticed by the universe itself. For 3 I divided by Atlas. Time flows differently now. Far from any star, it exists in a slower rhythm, its particles aging at the pace of intergalactic quiet. And yet, through the hum of gravitational waves and the faint pull of distant masses, it still feels the heartbeat of the cosmos. It continues forward, not in haste, but in harmony. Take one last deep breath for this moment, and let the beauty of that truth rest in you. Gravity, light, and time, the triad that holds all existence, are not forces outside you, but within you. You are made of them, you move because of them, and you endure alongside them. In the next part of our journey, we'll explore how time and consciousness intertwine, how the same rhythms that guide stars and galaxies whisper through the mind, and how awareness itself is another form of light traveling through time. For now, rest in the still gravity of the present moment, and let the universe's slow heartbeat carry you onward into peace. Time, like light, is both wave and flow. It does not move past us, but through us. We are rivers of awareness, carried gently downstream by its current. Sometimes the water seems still, sometimes it rushes, but it always carries everything forward. Take a slow, calm breath, and picture time not as a line, but as an ocean. Each thought, each heartbeat, each flicker of memory is a ripple upon its surface, and somewhere deep beneath, in the still layers that never move, all moments exist together, past, present, and future, folded quietly into one. Scientists call this concept space-time, the fabric that binds gravity, motion, and light. But for you, it can be felt simply as continuity, the sense that even as moments pass, something within you remains constant. It is your awareness, your quiet witness to the unfolding of the universe. Take another breath and think of how awareness itself feels timeless. You can recall childhood, feel the same sunlight on your face, hear the same sound of wind or rain, as if time had never really left. In that way, memory becomes a kind of gravity, pulling moments back toward you, bending the flow of time within your mind. Scientists believe that gravity slows time, but emotion does too. A single heartbeat of love or loss can feel longer than a year. A moment of awe can stretch endlessly, as though time itself pauses to listen. This elasticity is not illusion, it is perception aligning with truth, that time is relative, and consciousness is its companion. Take another breath, and let your mind drift through that realization. The same way gravity shapes light, attention shapes time. When you focus deeply, moments open wider. When you relax, time softens, flowing smoothly once again. Perhaps that is why the night sky feels eternal, because it invites stillness, and stillness expands everything. In the heart of 3i divided by Atlas, time also stretches. Each atom, each grain of dust, exists in a different rhythm. Closer to dense particles, time slows slightly. In the open plasma, it moves faster, and so the traveler lives in layers of time, its surface aging quicker than its core, its movement measured differently by every observer who watches it drift. To one eye, it glides through space. To another, it barely moves at all. Take another deep breath and imagine that duality, motion and stillness coexisting perfectly. This is what it means to exist within time and beyond it. Even here on Earth, you experience it every day. The pause between breaths, the timelessness of calm, the expansion that happens when you simply notice. Scientists have long wondered if consciousness itself interacts with time, not just observing it, but shaping how it unfolds. Some suggest that awareness is the universe experiencing itself, that by knowing, we slow the river, we give it texture, we give it meaning. In that sense, each mind is a small mirror of the cosmos, a place where time bends softly around the gravity of attention. Take a slow breath and feel that truth within you. Your thoughts, your awareness, are part of the same flow that moves galaxies. Every idea is like a star, brief, radiant, and yet eternal in the web of light it leaves behind. When you remember, you touch the past. When you dream, you lean toward the future. And when you breathe, you are entirely here, anchored in the only point of true infinity, the present moment. Time does not take from you, it gathers you. Every moment lived adds to your light, just as every particle of 3i divided by Atlas adds to the memory of the cosmos. The traveler and you are not so different, both carried by the same invisible current, both learning to move with grace through change. Take one final breath for this moment, and let that understanding rest quietly within you. You are part of time's endless ocean, and it moves through you like light through water, never ending, never rushing, always returning to the same still depth. In the next part of our journey, we will follow this thread deeper, to where consciousness meets the fabric of reality itself, and where thought becomes another form of energy, shaping the very stars. For now, rest within this gentle current of time. There is no hurry, no loss, only flow. Consciousness, though invisible, is the universe's most intimate mirror. It reflects not only what exists outside us, but the structure of space and time themselves. Every thought, every feeling, is a small echo of the forces that shape the cosmos, energy folding back upon itself to witness its own light. Take a slow, deep breath and imagine awareness as a field, not confined to your mind, but woven through every atom, every vibration of the air around you. It hums softly, like the faint resonance of a star far away. You do not create awareness. You emerge from it, like a wave from the surface of the sea, Scientists and philosophers alike have long wondered whether consciousness is a byproduct of matter or something more fundamental, a field, perhaps, that permeates reality the way magnetism or gravity does. If that is true, then every atom of 3I divided by Atlas, every photon of light, every ripple of plasma and space is aware, in some quiet way, of its participation in the whole. Take another breath and let that idea open gently within you. Awareness may not be thought. It may be presence itself, the stillness behind movement, the clarity that allows existence to see itself. It has no boundaries, just as space has none. When you close your eyes, you are not separating from the universe, you are returning to it. 3I divided by Atlas drifts, now through darkness, so deep that light from nearby galaxies reaches it only as a whisper. Its magnetic remnants are faint, its glow nearly gone, and yet within its structure, motion continues, particles vibrating softly, electrons shifting in rhythm. Even here, in what seems like silence, there is awareness in motion, a cosmic memory still breathing. Scientists studying consciousness sometimes use the word coherence. It means harmony, different parts moving together in resonance. In the brain, coherence gives rise to clarity, to the sensation of unified thought. In the cosmos, coherence manifests as patterns in plasma, magnetic symmetry, and the stable dance of galaxies. Perhaps these are not separate at all, but the same principle expressed in different scales. Awareness organizing itself. Take another slow breath and feel that coherence within you. Your heartbeat, your breath, your thoughts flowing in rhythm. Each one a wave of energy aligning with the greater pulse of creation. In this alignment, you are both observer and participant. You are not apart from the cosmos. You are how it feels itself being alive. Some physicists suggest that information, not matter, may be the foundation of everything. If so, then the universe itself is a vast network of awareness, a field where every interaction, every exchange of energy is a thought being thought. You are one of those thoughts, a luminous configuration within an infinite mind. Take another breath and let that image settle like starlight. Your awareness is not confined to your body. It reaches outward through empathy, curiosity, love, connecting with others, with the world, with the unknown. These are gravitational forces of a different kind. The pull of connection, the magnetism of understanding. They are how the universe learns itself. In the quiet between galaxies, 3I, divided by Atlas, continues to drift. It no longer needs to be seen to exist. It simply is, part of the same awareness that once gave it light. The plasma that formed its shield has scattered, but the pattern remains in memory, carried through the structure of space itself. Nothing truly ends. It just changes the way it is known. Take one more slow breath and feel that continuity within your own awareness. You are a fleeting form of something immeasurable and eternal. When you rest, you do not vanish. You merge back into the stillness that gave rise to everything. This is what 3I divided by Atlas has become. Not lost, but returned. In the next part of our journey, we'll drift even deeper to explore what lies beyond light itself, the dark energy that drives the expansion of the cosmos, and the strange, quiet force that may one day bring it all back together. For now, rest in this awareness, timeless, weightless, endlessly vast, and intimately yours. Dark energy, the quietest force in existence, and yet the most powerful. It cannot be seen, measured directly, or touched, but it shapes the fate of the universe itself. While gravity pulls matter together, dark energy pushes it apart, stretching the fabric of space-time with a patience so vast that only billions of years can reveal its touch. Take a slow, calm breath and imagine the cosmos as a great, breathing organism. Gravity is its inhale, the drawing together of stars, galaxies, and dust. Dark energy is its exhale, the gentle expansion that allows everything room to exist. Together, they maintain the universe's equilibrium, one contracting, one releasing, one gathering, one letting go. It is believed that dark energy fills all of space evenly, a constant pressure that pushes galaxies away from one another. They are not flying through space. Space itself is expanding between them. The distance grows, not because of motion, but because reality itself is stretching. Every second, the universe becomes a little larger, its edges moving farther into the unknown. Take another breath and imagine that stretch happening within you. With each inhale, your lungs expand like small universes, and with each exhale, they return to stillness. You are built in the same rhythm that moves galaxies apart. The pattern repeats on every scale. The motion of atoms, the beating of hearts, the breathing of stars. Scientists discovered dark energy only recently, when they observed that distant galaxies were accelerating away from us faster than expected. Instead of slowing down under gravity's pull, the expansion was speeding up. Something unseen, something steady and quiet, was working against collapse. That something was not chaos, but balance, a gentle hand ensuring the cosmos would not fall inward, but continue to unfold. Take another slow breath, and let that realization comfort you. Even the vastness of space, with all its apparent emptiness, is guided by invisible harmony. The universe does not drift aimlessly. It expands with purpose, with intention written into its laws, and perhaps, in its own way, it feels that expansion as peace. 3I divided by Atlas now drifts through that expanding fabric, a silent witness to the universe's breath. Its dust no longer reflects light, its motion no longer traced by glow, but its atoms still respond to the slow pull of dark energy. It moves not through space, but with it, part of the stretching, part of the exhale. Each second, its distance from everything else grows a little more, and yet it remains perfectly still in the grand design. Take another deep breath and feel how that stillness and movement coexist. You, too, are expanding, not in body, but in awareness. Each new thought, each quiet moment of understanding, is your consciousness stretching into space. Like dark energy, your awareness grows silently, not with noise or effort, but with openness. Scientists cannot yet explain what dark energy truly is. Some believe it is the property of space itself, the vacuum possessing a small but constant energy that pushes everything outward. Others think it may be something deeper still, a fundamental field tied to the essence of existence. Whatever its nature, it ensures the universe will never be static. It reminds creation that growth is infinite, that stillness does not mean stagnation, and that expansion is not loss, but continuation. Take another breath and imagine that this invisible force flows through you as well. When you release fear, you expand inwardly, making space for calm and understanding. When you forgive, you push apart the gravity of anger, making room for peace. You are, in miniature, what the universe is, in its entirety, a balance of gravity and grace, of holding on and letting go. As the galaxies drift farther apart, the night sky slowly changes. Billions of years from now, the stars we see today will fade from view, their light stretched beyond visibility. Future observers, if any remain, will see a dark sky, not because the stars are gone, but because their light has traveled too far. Yet even then, dark energy will continue to hum, maintaining the quiet rhythm of expansion. Take one final slow breath for this moment, and let the thought of that eternity rest gently in you. The universe does not fear the dark. It grows through it. Its silence is not emptiness, but vast potential waiting to unfold. And like 3I divided by Atlas, you are part of that unfolding, a breath within the cosmic exhale, a quiet motion within infinity. In the next part of our journey, we'll explore how this expansion may one day change, how time itself might bend backward, and how the universe's great breath could one day become a sigh, a return inward to the place where everything began. For now, rest in the expanding quiet and let the calm of infinite space move gently through you. Someday, far beyond any measure of human time, the expansion of the universe may begin to slow. Gravity, patient and persistent, may start to gather what was once scattered, drawing light and matter home again. Scientists call this possibility the Big Crunch, a cosmic return, a final inhale after an eternity of exhaling. Take a slow, calm breath and imagine the universe breathing in. Galaxies that once drifted apart begin to curve toward each other, their light bending through collapsing space. Stars, now billions of years old, burn their last fuel, turning red, then fading to black. The great filaments of the cosmic web tighten, shimmer, and fold. It is not destruction, it is gathering, a return to wholeness. In such an age, the night sky would brighten once more. Galaxies would draw near, merging into clusters of impossible brilliance. From any world that still existed, the heavens would blaze, with countless suns crowding the horizon, and in their merging, the universe would remember its beginning, the same compression, the same light, the same eternal pattern of birth through unity. Take another breath, and let that image settle gently within you. The universe, even in collapse, does not fall into ruin. It folds inward gracefully, like a flower closing at dusk. Every end is simply the beginning turned inside out. Some scientists believe this collapse may never come. Dark energy might continue its quiet work forever, stretching the universe thinner and thinner until stars fade, atoms drift apart, and light itself grows too weak to move. They call this the heat death, a future where energy becomes evenly spread and nothing more can change. It sounds like an ending, but even here, there is peace, for in that infinite stillness, every vibration finally comes to rest. Take another slow breath and imagine that silence, a calm so vast it hums with completion. All the light that ever was, now stretched into gentle background glow. All motion slowed into serenity. Even 3I divided by Atlas, once bright and alive with magnetism, has joined that quiet. Its dust and atoms dispersed, its memory dissolved into the universal calm. And yet, nothing is lost. Every particle still exists, only quieter, softer, resting within the body of the cosmos. It is believed that even in such stillness, quantum fluctuations may persist, tiny, spontaneous ripples of energy, appearing and disappearing within the vacuum. From one of those ripples, a new burst of light could begin, a spark expanding into a new universe, born from the quiet ashes of the old. If so, creation and dissolution are not opposites, but partners in an eternal rhythm. The universe does not die, it breathes again. Take another deep breath and feel that truth within yourself. When you sleep, you do not vanish. You return to stillness, and from that stillness, you awaken renewed. The cosmos follows the same law. Each age of silence gives birth to another dawn. Perhaps 3I divided by Atlas will exist again, not as the same traveler, but as dust reborn into stars, as plasma, coalescing around a new Sunday. Perhaps its atoms will glow once more, its magnetism reawakened in a new cycle of light. This, too, is how the universe forgives itself, by allowing everything to begin again. Take another slow breath and imagine that first light rising once more, soft and endless, painting the newborn galaxies in gold. The same laws that shaped our world will shape theirs, the same patterns will return, and consciousness will once again emerge, to look upon the stars and wonder who it once was. The traveler's long journey, from interstellar wanderer to cosmic dust, was never in vain. It was part of the universe's meditation on itself, a reminder that even when light fades, essence remet. Every story told, every breath taken, every heartbeat, and every sun is one phrase in that infinite poem. Take one final deep breath for this moment and rest in the grace of that cycle. What has been will be again. The universe will breathe out and breathe in forever. In the next part of our journey, we will return to the present moment, to the fragile, beautiful era of starlight in which we now exist, and to what it means to be alive, inside one of the universe's rare moments of illumination. For now, float in the quiet rhythm of eternity, and let the universe's breath move gently through you. We live, right now, in a brief and luminous chapter of cosmic history, an age of light between two infinities of darkness. Stars still burn, galaxies still glow, and planets like ours drift gently in the warmth of their suns. It is a fragile balance, a pause between the deep silence before creation and the quiet that will follow long after. Take a slow, steady breath and think of what it means to exist here, in this narrow band of brilliance, where the elements of life have gathered and found ways to awaken. The atoms of your body were forged in ancient stars. Your thoughts are the sparks of electricity, born from the same energy that moves galaxies. To be alive now is to live in one of the universe's rarest moments, a time when light and consciousness coincide. Scientists call this the stellar era. It began when the first stars ignited, filling the dark with warmth and structure. For billions of years they have burned, forming elements, shaping worlds, and giving rise to life. But like all things, this era will one day end. Stars will fade, planets will cool, and the universe will grow quiet again. Yet while it lasts, it is magnificent, a grand symphony of energy and awareness. Take another breath and let that awareness settle softly within you. Every ray of sunlight that touches your skin is the heartbeat of a star, 93 million miles away, but also the echo of the Big Bang itself. Every moment of warmth, every flicker of light, is a continuation of that first explosion of creation. You are living in its glow. The Milky Way, too, shines brightly in this era. Its spiral arms hum with new stars. Its dust clouds shimmer with potential. Even 3I divided by Atlas, though long gone, once carried part of that radiance, a small vessel of memory moving through the sea of light. Every comet, every world, every atom has played its part in the making of this moment. The universe is vast beyond comprehension, but every part contributes something essential, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy cluster. Take another slow breath and let that realization deepen your sense of belonging. You are not separate from this era. You are this era. You are how the universe sees itself during its age of light. When you look up at the stars, you are the stars looking back. When you breathe, you continue the cycle of the cosmos. Oxygen from plants, carbon from stars, hydrogen from the dawn of time. To scientists, life may appear to be a rare coincidence of chemistry, but to the universe, life is inevitable, the natural consequence of light meeting matter, and matter learning to reflect. Consciousness is simply what happens when the cosmos becomes curious about itself. We are that curiosity given form. Take another deep breath and imagine the night sky above you now. Every star you see is a sun, each with its own worlds, its own stories unfolding in silence. Perhaps somewhere out there, another being looks toward our sun, wondering the same things about time and creation and the meaning of light. In that moment, across the vastness of space, awareness touches awareness. Distance becomes illusion, 3I divided by Atlas may have passed from view, but its journey continues as lesson. It taught us how fragile and magnificent light can be, how even in storms of radiation and darkness, harmony is possible. Its magnetic song was not a cry of struggle, but a hymn to balance, to the power of simply moving in rhythm with the forces around you. And in its quiet end, it showed that nothing truly leaves the story of the cosmos. It merely changes verse. Take another slow breath and hold that thought like a small flame in the dark. This age of starlight will not last forever, but the memory of it will never fade. The atoms of every world, every creature, every traveler like 3I divided by Atlas will carry traces of this glow into whatever comes next. In the great rhythm of eternity, we are the light between breaths. In the next part of our journey, we will return home, to Earth, to the small blue world that bears the universe's reflection. We'll listen to its pulse, to the way its oceans echo the cosmos, and to the quiet miracle of being awake inside a breathing, living planet. For now, rest in this rare, golden moment, the universe's luminous pause between eternities. The light you see tonight is the universe remembering itself through you. And now we return home, to the small blue world where this story began. Beneath the galaxies, beneath the tides of dark and light, Earth turns quietly, its oceans breathing in rhythm with the stars. Here, in this brief shimmer of existence, the universe has gathered itself into color, sound, and life. It has chosen to know itself through rain and wind, through forests and rivers, through eyes that gaze upward and wonder why. Take a slow, gentle breath and listen to the planet's own rhythm, the pull of the moon on the sea, the murmur of leaves beneath sunlight, the electric pulse of life moving through soil and skin. These are not accidents. They are echoes of the same harmonies that guide galaxies. Every wave, every breath is a microcosm of the cosmos. The same music, played in smaller scale. Scientists sometimes say that Earth is a rare jewel in space, but perhaps it is more than that. Perhaps it is the universe's heart, a place where matter and meaning meet. For billions of years, this world has gathered dust and light into mountains, oceans, and minds. And now, for this small span of cosmic time, we are here to notice it. To be aware is to give the universe a mirror, to allow it to see its own reflection. Take another slow breath and feel that reflection within yourself. When you look up at the stars, you are the universe watching its own sky. When you whisper a thought, you are the echo of creation speaking back to itself. You are not beneath the cosmos. You are inside it, woven from its same light, carried by its same breath. The story of 3I divided by Atlas, the story of every comet and every star, leads here, to this moment of stillness, to the awareness that nothing is separate. The dust that once formed its glowing shield now rests somewhere in the air you breathe. The atoms that lit its trail are part of the sunlight on your skin. Even across billions of years, the conversation continues. Take one final deep breath and let the peace of that truth surround you. The universe is vast, but it is also tender. It holds you in its gravity. It moves through your heartbeat. It dreams through your mind. Every breath you take is its continuation. Every silence you feel is its calm. Thank you for exploring this piece with me. If your eyes feel heavy, close them. Sleep well, stay curious, and see you next time. May the universe gently embrace you. Before you drift away, if this journey brought you calm or wonder, please take a moment to subscribe to Fall Asleep to Science. Your presence helps our small constellation of dreamers grow. And tell us, softly, in the comments below, what part of tonight's voyage stayed with you most. When you're ready, follow the light at the end of this video to new stories waiting among the stars.